Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Tamisha Denis, and today we're going to be talking about the notorious brown front tooth. Have you ever seen someone with a tooth that looks brown right here in the front? It's all brown, or maybe it's gray, maybe it's even a bluish color, and you're wondering what that was? I'm going to explain that to you.
How about just help? I'll scream help, nice and short.
Now maybe you are someone who has a brown front tooth. Stay tuned. This is Dr. Tamisha Denis, and this is The Modern Smile. I'm a dentist. When I'm not in my office treating patients, I'm still a dentist. That means as I'm in the mall, walking around, doing my regular everyday activities, I often see people with things in their mouth that I wonder why on earth they have not gotten taken care of.
Don't you think the wizard could help him too?
I don't see why not.
Now, one of the things that I see a lot is a brown front tooth. So a brown front tooth is really the cause of what we call in dentistry necrosis. And necrosis means death.
And death.
If you have a brown tooth, a blue tooth, a black tooth, it's probably because your tooth has died. The number one reason that someone's tooth may die is trauma. And if you can imagine, the front teeth often get injured when you're doing sports, if you have a fight, any circumstance which will cause you to fall or bump your teeth in any way. Usually one of your front tooth will get injured. I usually see either the two front teeth or the two side teeth will turn a brown color. The brown color comes from the fact that inside of our teeth is blood. And when the tooth dies, there is no longer blood circulating inside of the tooth. And if there's no longer blood circulating inside the tooth, the blood clots inside and becomes stagnant. And that stagnant blood from the inside will discolor the tooth. And that is why someone with a front tooth will not be able to whiten their tooth or brush the stain away, because the stain is internal versus the stain being external from like coffee or tea or anything like that, or wine or pasta sauce. If you have an internal stain inside of your tooth, the only way to address that would be to do the root canal.
Yes, well, we have business to attend to.
The treatment for a brown or dying front tooth is to have a root canal.
What kind of business?
Monkey business.
So what a root canal is going to do will go inside the tooth where the nerve and the blood used to live, and now clean that out so that now the tooth doesn't have dead tissue inside. I have videos about the process of what a root canal really is, but I'll go through it really quickly again. So a root canal really is a two-step process. One process is the cleaning of the inside of the tooth, and the second process is to fill the inside of the tooth with a material called gutta percha. Now, the cleaning process is a biomechanical process. We call it biomechanical instrumentation. That means we use a series of files as well as solutions to clean the inside of the tooth, to kill the bacteria and scrub the inside of the tooth of all the bad stuff that is inside. The second portion of the root canal is the actual filling of the empty space that we have now created.
Wait, what was the second one?
Look, it doesn't really matter.
Now that filling material is called gutta percha. And gutta percha is a naturally occurring product made from trees that we use. It looks either pink or orange-ish, and we put it inside of the tooth in a variety of different methods. We use that material to keep bacteria out from getting inside the tooth and reinfecting the tooth again. Now, if you have a brown front tooth, it is not enough for you simply just to do the root canal. The root canal itself is not going to take away the brown stain. The root canal is going to affect the health of this tooth, because if you allow a necrotic tooth to stay there long term, it can eventually cause an infection, which can cause you to swell or to get lots of pain, even though the tooth is dead. Now, if you're doing it for cosmetic reasons, you still have to do a root canal. So you don't have an infection, but you still have to clean the inside of the tooth in order for you to finish the whole job. The next portion is doing a crown. The reason we do a crown is for two reasons. anytime you have a root canal done on a tooth, it makes the tooth more brittle. We say, imagine if there's a branch on a tree. A branch on a tree is going to have a certain amount of nourishment coming from the roots in the ground into the tree to keep that branch healthy, supple. Supple is the word, right? To keep it pliable and nice and soft. Now, if you cut that branch off of the tree, now it no longer has the nourishment of the water and all the nutrients coming from the ground of the tree, and it can break and crack very easy. In other words, it dries out. So whenever we do a root canal, we like to put a crown on the tooth. And if you're anybody who's ever had a root canal, had the tooth broken, anything can break it, and quite easily. It's actually happened to me, hence why I have a dental implant. So once you have the tooth root canal, then we're going to prepare the tooth for a crown. So we'll shave the tooth down to a certain point to be able to put a crown or a cap over the tooth to prevent the tooth from breaking so easily. Now at that point, you can choose whatever color you want that matches your existing teeth. Now your tooth, voila, is no longer brown. So I hope that helped you to understand why is it that someone in your life has a brown front tooth. Maybe you can share this video with them and share the simple information as to what the solution is to fix their brown tooth, or maybe you have a brown tooth that you would like to fix. If that is the case, now you are more empowered to go forward and ask your dentist about it, or maybe just address the problem because you thought it was a lot more complicated than that. I'm Dr. Tamisha Denis with The Modern Smile. Don't forget, every Tuesday, I do Dentist Live, where I answer questions about dentistry and we just hang out for a little bit. If you have any questions, please make sure to comment below. Don't forget to share and like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!
Right on time.